Para sa ulo ng mga nagbabagang balita, Jamill tuluyan na nga bang naghiwalay? Mga nagsusulputang community pantry, illegal nga ba? Bakit nire-red tag? So hello beshies, this is a quite candid reaction video for today's vlog. Yung tipo nagsuscroll lang ako ng Facebook tapos nakita ko yung ganitong mga balita. And there were also some legal questions actually that were raised. So, I'll just play a very short clip.
Kahit sabihin mong may mag-chat man sa akin ng kahit sino man dyan or kahit ano mang ipakita sa akin, pera, bahay, sasakyan, hindi ko papatulan, Sir Tulfo. Siyempre, sir, hindi pa nakaka-move on.
Okay.
So, nagkaduktong-duktong, nagproblema dito sa bahay, sobrang nagulo na, away, bate, alis dyan, hanggang sa etong Nika dumating sa buhay niya na paniwalang-paniwala naman sa mga pinagsasabi ni Jay Sam, mga babae na yan.
Sa totoo lang po, Ma'am Camille, biktima po kayo rito. May problema talaga din, kung tutuusin, si Jay Sam.
Para sa akin po, sabihin na po nila lahat sa akin. Lahat po ng mali kasi mali po talaga ako. Pero wag naman po nila sanang questionin yung karapatan ni Camille bilang na magalit sa nangyari sa katotohanan ng nalaman po niya.
Yun po yung ginawa namin.
So, paano yung titulo ng bahay? Kanino nakapangalan?
Sa dalawang pangalan. Tsaka dalawang pangalan.
Ganun yun. So, yung titulo ng bahay, sa inyong dalawa talaga nakapangalan. May pinagawa na ba kayong third party?
Wala.
Kasi may mga prangka sa kanya.
Gusto ko magkakabahay tayo sa sakyan. Kung sakaling pagpalaan man tayo ng Diyos agad, yun yung uunahin natin kaysa yung gagala tayo kung saan, bibili na kung ano-ano. Magtipid tayo agad para makaipon agad tayo ng bahay and sasakyan.
Ngayon parang candid talk lang talaga to. Nag-usap lang ako sa inyo and discussing a little bit of the issues that were raised in the two-fo appearance of the Jay Sam and Camille couple. If you're a YouTuber or if you enjoy YouTube, chances are you've met this couple. I think they more or less started yung mga prank videos ng couple sa YouTube and they really grew big. Like right now, they have 12 million subscribers and I think it's even going up. But first of all, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I'm RBT, a Pinay Christian lawyer, and I do reaction videos on current events and I try to give a legal twist to it. Tapos ngayon, if you can hear, sorry lang, humihingi na ako ng paumanhin agad kung medyo may hangin or kung naririnig niyo yung electric fan, sobrang init lang talaga habang nagsushoot ako nito. So anyway, parang teacher ako kasi may mapapakita akong mga slides sa inyo and ilalagay ko na lang siguro dito sa screen. Kasi one of the things people are curious about is how will they go about dividing their assets if ever maghihiwalay na sila. And to tell you honestly, this is not a unique case. I know that this is a highly publicized case, of course, kasi syempre they're both public figures. They've opened up their lives to the public as they've mentioned in that interview with Tony Gonzaga. Hindi siya unique in a way na hindi lang sila yung YouTube couple na might be on the verge of breaking up. Pero sila nga, it seems like they're gonna patch things up from the way I see it right now. However, there are instances na mayroong mga YouTube couples na hindi sila married and they have assets together and how would they go about dividing these assets. It would be a different case, of course, if married na yung couple. But for this one, how would you dispense about with unmarried but living together na couples, diba? If you're curious, I'll just go over this a little bit. Pero honestly, ang hirap syempre sa mga ganyang sitwasyon, personally for me, ang hirap mag-cast judgment on whoever is, kung sino talagang at fault, especially when it comes to the two ladies who were implicated in the said case. Actually, they were the ones who raised their issue sa Tulfo and they wanted to settle it privately but apparently didn't want to, or I think she's filled with emotions but from their conversation, hindi ko alam kung sa demographics ko meron nanonood ng Jamill, pero if merong mga mandirigma dito as what they call their followers, please comment below. I do appreciate though na the guy owned up to his mistakes. It's refreshing and it's rare to see someone so public do that, and he also said na full disclosure, sinabi niya lahat sa babae. So I don't know if he tried to deny it at first, but eventually, he fessed up to all his faults. Well, ang laki talaga kasi ng at stake. It's not just their properties, their tangible properties, but it's also their brand as a couple, diba? If they break up, will it be the same? Can they go living separately? Can they have their independent channels? Will it be as successful if they go together as a couple? Or iba na yung magiging performance pag ganun na nga yung mangyari? So there's really a lot at stake pag public figures na yung... There's really a lot at stake, of course, in a relationship. More so when you're in the public eye. And both of them so young, and both of them just are so successful in this particular field. So as I promised, papakita ko rin dito sa screen yung short discussion of this. For those na unmarried but living together, how would you be able to divide your assets? And is there anything in the law that specifically provides for that? Teacher. Sa mga estudyante ko dyan, hello everyone. If you're watching this, please like this video. There's actually a specific provision in the Family Code of the Philippines dealing with this. It's in Chapter 7, or ano yung property regime, or how the property is treated in these cases in unions without marriage. There are conditions here, and I believe na they squarely fit into these conditions. It is when a man and a woman who are capacitated to marry each other live exclusively with each other as husband and wife without the benefit of marriage or under a void marriage. So very clear that they have to be a man, the woman, that's first, and they are capacitated to marry each other, which means they're not married, they are not under a void marriage, which means may mga grounds for void marriage, and capacitated to marry each other, like if they're not minors living together, they are not legally married to other people. What else? Capacity. Yun, walang legal impediment sa pagsasama nila. Kumbaga, legal yung pagsasama nila. It just so happen na hindi sila kasal. So, they live exclusively with each other as husband and wife. As they said, they moved out of their parents' home and built their own house with some family members with them without the benefit of marriage or under a void marriage. So, yun. As I said, they're not married, so they fit squarely into this definition or the conditions given in Chapter 7, Article 147 of the Family Code of the Philippines. If I'm going too fast, again, please comment below. Sorry lang guys. Mabilis talaga akong magsalita kasi. So anyway, very clearly here na this is the general rule. Ito yung general rule talaga na applicable. If you can, I will move here a little bit para makita nyo yan. Para ma-zoom out ko or something. If you can see there, their wages and salaries shall be owned by them in equal shares, and the property acquired by both of them through their work or industry shall be governed by the rules on co-ownership. So yun, their wages and salaries owned by them in equal shares, and the property acquired by both of them through their work or industry by the rules on co-ownership. Which means ito talaga yung general rule. But as they mentioned in the video with Tony, the interview there, that they name their property under both of their names, dun pa lang, co-ownership na talaga mag-i-exist sa kanila. But just in case lang, hindi nga nangyari yun. Nga sa isang tao lang pinangalan yung property or asset nila. This will apply in that case. And I believe, and I think, knowing kung gaano na sila ka-successful and they have their own managers handling their affairs, naniniwala ko meron naman silang abogado, di ba? To guide them in this sort of contingencies. So yun, this is the general rule, equal shares. And since parang swak na swak nga kasi their work or their industry together pa sila sa industry nila. So I believe lahat ng earnings kahit paano equal shares naman sila siguro talaga. So anyway, there's an additional provision here. There's a presumption na kung walang proof na both of them are working together, kung walang proof na the property was bought by them together, like sa title or sa deed, isa lang yung nakapangalan doon, there is a presumption that this was obtained by their joint efforts, work, or industry, and again shall be owned by them in equal shares. In the absence of proof to the contrary, it also adds here, properties acquired while they live together shall be presumed to have been obtained by their joint efforts, work, or industry. Yun. Anyway, for purposes of this article, a party who did not participate in the acquisition by the other party of any property shall be deemed to have contributed jointly in the acquisition thereof if the former's efforts consisted in the care and maintenance of the family and of the household. Now, this would apply for those couples, for example, na yung isa lang yung natrabaho, but they're also cohabiting, and it will still be considered as kung sino lang yung nagsistay at home managing the household, that would be his or her contribution to the properties and still equal share pa rin. So that is basically how they will, just in case, kumbaga na, I mean, I'm not saying na maghihiwalay sila. Like for these instances, for these cases. So of course, what I would advise in this situation is, if you are in this kind of a relationship, is as much as possible, kasi if you have proof na ikaw talaga and that is your own earnings or that was acquired way before you got together with that person, hindi masasabi na sa kanya yun eh. So, that would be a different thing. Pero kumbaga, if you're someone who's just staying at home and this happened to you, na naka-establish na kayo ng assets and then bigla kayo naghiwalay, meron kang hahabulin naman talaga sa relationship na yun. I'd like to also shortly go to sinasabi whether Tulfo is correct in that case na sinasabi niya nang walang kabit sa case na yun kahit mag-isa or dalawang additional girlfriends pa si guy who's J-Sam in this case. It is correct under the Violence Against Women and Children na infidelity is only punishable when it is within the context of a married relationship. Okay? But legally speaking, yung vowsy kasi, it is against a woman who is his wife, former wife, or against a woman with whom the person has or had a sexual or dating relationship. The law also defines dating relationship. It excludes casual acquaintance or ordinary socialization lang as a dating relationship. So they are romantically involved over time and a continuing basis during the course of the relationship. So dun mag-a-apply yung violence against women and children. But as I said, marital infidelity can only be punishable within the context of marriage, of course. So technically wala talagang kabit. Pero honestly, yung sa case naman ni Dami, since she is in a relationship and she's denying that she has a relationship with J-Sam, but then pwedeng hindi umakma yung vowsy doon. However, dun sa isa, I forgot her, Nika Bernardo, parang meron siyang ground because vowsy, pwedeng psychological violence kasi yung public ridicule or humiliation, which happened, allegedly, she's claiming that it happened to her since it affected her livelihood, it affected her reputation, na sirang-sira na, and it was only because she believed na sinasabi ni J-Sam na they would like to make their relationship private and his relationship with his current girlfriend is already rocky. So yun, parang he said, she said siya. And I see J-Sam is also trying, of course, to protect. He's also trying to, in the conversation sa Tulfo, he's trying to protect the ladies, and that's very gentlemanly of him. And I also respect na he's giving Camille the space to vent out her emotions and, just respect her feelings, give her the space to vent it out. But talagang sabi nga, it takes two to tango. It's not just the fault of the ladies who are being vilified in this case. Meron din talagang fault kasi yung guy, and inaamin niya naman. I see where Camille is going here na sinasabi niya na alam niyong may girlfriend yung tao. But what if it's a different story that the guy is telling these girls? So, I'm just throwing it out there ha. Huwag kayong magalit sa akin. I'm just throwing it out there as a food for thought. Now, we don't really know, as I keep on repeating in this channel, hindi natin kasi alam yung mga hidden stories and hindi natin alam yung full story, so we just see what they put out there. And, it's kind of, sometimes to believe kung sino ba talaga yung nagsasabi talaga ng totoo. But of course, I do hope na there will be healing and reconciliation. In this case, whether or not magkabalikan man sila or what, I hope lessons will be learned, di ba? And of course, especially sa mga, yung demographics talaga nilang bata yung mga bata talaga. Their relationship, from the surface, it looks very ideal, like everything is there, they're happy, they're young, they do things, they travel together, they have all these things. And hindi natin nakikita na sometimes social media, that's not the way life works. People may look perfect on the outside, they may project that, but there can be some issues there as well. So sometimes we tend to compare, di ba? I'm going off tangent, pero yun. Siguro a lesson na we shouldn't compare what we have with what other people have. to guard our peace of mind. So, let's go to the second issue talaga na sobrang medyo nakaka-trigger yung red tagging ng community pantries. In fact, yung isang article na wherein an apparition known was compared to Satan. It's just so disappointing. Why would you subject someone to this or impute or make an analogy like this against a person who started something na is helping the community right now in such a time as this? Kumbaga yung mga community pantry kasi even for just one day, pantawid gutom na yun. Especially right now for those na no work, no pay or talagang sobrang baba ng kinikita nila compared ng way before the pandemic. And to be honest, these community pantries, this is not unique to the Philippines, okay? Even in the United States of America, meron silang mga food banks doon na yung mga tao, community din nag-organize. They put it in one place where people, homeless people, people who are having hard time making ends meet, these are from NGOs, these are from volunteers, they pool their funds, they contribute, and then they have these food banks. So this is not entirely a new creation. What we are, ako personally, I'm so thankful na someone initiated this, Miss Non, who started in Maginhawa Community Pantry. Pero I do also recognize na Malacanang, the LG, and some of the members of the police naman talaga, and the LGUs are recognizing this as a valid and a legit form and expression of help in such a time as this. They are not into this red tagging naman kahit papano. I just hope na Malacanang is or would become quite more decisive in its stance with this red tagging sa community pantries natin. And before they publicize their thoughts or their opinions or saying negative things about this, they should do their due diligence first. Imbestigahan muna bago i-label sila as such, because this is indeed, for me, delikado talaga for their lives and for their safety. Not just from whoever armed group na pwedeng mag-target sa kanila, pero even from people who have bad motives, di ba? So, yun. Pero they're taking it in a stride. Even yung nag-start yung isang article nga, they were thanking Attorney Lorraine Badoy, who also posted na allegedly she is part of a subversive group, yung ARMAS daw, yung artists. I found the article quite funny na pinasalamatan pa nga nila si Attorney Badoy daw na lumobo yung mga donations for them sa PayPal in a fundraising drive started by the sister of Patricia Non, Pauline Non. So instead of their $5,000 original goal, I think they have reached up to $15,000 right now. So, well, I guess bad publicity is still good publicity, and for this case, it's very welcome kasi yung ganitong initiative, and I hope na this is supported. And if they find something wrong with it, na, give it due process first, not release sometimes irresponsible statements which might potentially cause harm to someone who's innocent and whose intentions are noble and who just wants to help, especially in this time of crisis. So I guess that's it for our reaction video. Very candid, very raw, set, very unscripted na vlog natin ngayon. If you want to hear more of this, or if you want to see more videos like this, just comment below kung anong topics na gusto nyo, and I hope to make something like that very soon. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and syempre, click the red button as well to be updated sa latest uploads ko. We're going strong. We're on a road to 17,000 subscribers. So thank you, everyone. Stay informed, stay safe, stay blessed. Bye!